This creator Lilly Tino has truly crossed the line, describing her ongoing genital surgery in the middle of Disneyland. And that is only the bare minimum. The rest of her antics that follows is truly hell on earth. Guys, welcome back to the Jerry and Curtis show. So let's have a little chat about Lilly Tino, the trans TikTok creator who you might have seen on your For You page in the last couple of months. If you have, God help you. It's time to clear that cache, baby. Now, the first time I came in contact with this creator was about a year ago, but I saw several videos of her getting angry by waiters misgendering her. You know, the first TikTok where that happened, it came off very innocent, but then more videos just like that started to pop up on her account. Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, she recognised that if she went to a couple of other restaurants and got waiters to accidentally misgender her, she'd start raking in the views. And eventually, this kind of content just came across as absolutely obnoxious from her part. She would act like a Karen and get angry. Now she's got several people trolling her in the comments. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, because there's a bit of hypocrisy going on.
Excuse me? He?
You, yeah.
I'm a female police officer, and I find that offensive.
Yeah.
Just been waiting to put that meme somewhere. Maybe you haven't seen it before, but it's a very popular British meme. But as I mentioned, she's done some pretty fucking weird stuff. She went to Disneyland, you know, a place full of children, and started describing about her genitalial surgery. You know, because all the kids in Disneyland Park really needed to hear about penises transforming into vaginas. She also makes content as well, educating children about the LGBTQ community. But then on the other hand, she has an OnlyFans, which she also promotes. That's a big clue. Talking about a man's penis there. This might be the worst thing I've seen on Twitter. And I've seen some fucked shit. You just made a huge mistake there. It's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X. It's motherfuckers like you that give the LGBTQ plus community a bad rep. We don't claim whoever this person is, y'all. So as we can see by the couple of comments we just read, there isn't a very big, lovely light on Lilly Tino. So we've read what people think. Now it's time to find out why people are saying these things.
I am not trying to seduce you. Would you like me to seduce you?
Is this what you would call an OnlyFans promotion? I think people would quit OnlyFans saying this. All I do on this app is cry. Yeah, in all honesty, that was something from a horror movie. It's almost as scary as the time where Fluff Dumpster whipped out his ringworm. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've heard a lot of stuff about this creator, the Hickok. I got cock in the brain. The level of hypocrisy with Lilly Tino is absolutely off the charts. And as I mentioned, she's also taken on the role to educate the young people of this generation about the trans community. Someone directing their content at children, meanwhile posting thirst traps. But firstly, I'm going to take a look at the hypocrisy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at one of the times where a waiter misgendered her by accident.
Okay, the Sweetwater starts at, okay,
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
You just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens.
These people apologise, and FYI, as a server, if you request ahead of time, I can almost guarantee that they're probably not going to remember because they have so many more tables to deal with. Look, that's just one example, alright? The waiter clearly made a mistake, an honest mistake. He wasn't doing it in a malicious way. He just made an honest mistake. He's working really hard. He's got several tables to serve. And he did apologise as well, but that wasn't good enough for Lilly Tino, of course. She had to request the manager. And obviously the waiter probably got in trouble after that. And Lilly Tino, ladies and gentlemen, believes that the fix to this is to use gender-neutral language. That's how I imagine that was written. So keep that in mind for later, right? Because it's going to be one of the sweetest moments ever. Either way, let's take a look at this next clip where she was apparently misgendered once again.
Which is like a, oh my gosh.
My choice. Say the correct review.
Thank you. Thank you. Did y'all hear us, sir?
Apparently the waiter misgendered her. No, he didn't. He didn't say anything. And slowly but surely, ladies and gentlemen, we start to see the rage bait coming through. So Lilly Tino obviously calls the manager over and says, hey, listen, your colleague's in deep shit.
Did y'all hear us, sir?
Nah, we didn't hear anything.
How we doing?
That's good. Thank you. I think the guy who dropped the food off called me sir, just so you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will talk to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm like 80% sure.
I'll talk to him.
Thank you.
He knows better, but I'll tell him.
Thank you.
Wow, the fucking entitlement, honestly. Apparently she's 80% sure, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm 80% sure that it's just the voices in her head. There we are, and that's $26.25, please.
Yeah, sure. Let me just get my credit card.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. I've got all the time in the world.
Did you just call me sir? Sir! No one calls me sir. I didn't say any of didn't say nothing.
Yes, you did. Yeah! But yeah, now the waiter's gonna get in trouble for something that he never did in the first place. And I think Lilly Tino secretly knows that he didn't actually misgender her. I honestly believe she's just using it as rage bait to get more views, as she usually does. Like, who knows what happened to that waiter? He could have lost his job, we don't know. Like, imagine getting fired because a customer mistaken you for saying something, but actually it was just the voices in their head.
So why do I get offended when someone calls me he? You might have seen the videos of me getting misgendered in restaurants. A lot of times people will criticize my reaction in those videos and say, well, how could the server have known that you were she, her, and not he, him? What am I suggesting here? What's the change? What's the thing that the server could have done? The server could have not called me he or she. You don't need to say hello, sir, or hello, ma'am. Just say, hey, how's it going? What can I get for you? And why do I get upset? It's because I'm a human being with human feelings, and when someone says something that hurts me, I say something about it, because otherwise it simmers.
Okay, so that clip we just watched, ladies and gentlemen, was a recent clip that she posted. And the text we read earlier was from about a year ago, so it's very obvious, ladies and gentlemen, that Lilly Tino really believes in using gender-neutral pronouns. So instead of saying, sir, how's your day going? Ma'am, did you enjoy your food? Just say, howdy. How's it going? So it's very important to Lilly Tino, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not assume gender. Otherwise I'll talk to your manager.
Thank you. I'm not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Oh, I thought, the guy, he, I'm a female.
Police officer.
Use gender neutral pronouns. Hopefully I can be asked to put a cool edit there. Otherwise it's going to look pretty fucking stupid. Oh, and did I forget to mention that this isn't the first time she's done this?
I think the guy who dropped the food off called me sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. The server could have not called me he or she.
Oh, the hypocrisy. It just makes me want to gasm. And they might be saying, Curtis, you're just nitpicking at this point. Why do you care so much? I don't care. I don't fucking give a shit. She can call him he, it, call him a fucking piece of ravioli. I don't give a crap. I'm just turning the tables on Lilly Tino and just showing you guys that she doesn't act the way she preaches. Lilly, you can't want people to use gender neutral pronouns and then not use them yourself. You know what's better, ladies and gentlemen, than assuming gender? Assuming somebody's sexuality. Someone who died over 200 years ago. She created the assumption that Abraham Lincoln was apparently gay. He slept in the same bed as a bloke. And according to his best mate, he's got perfect thighs.
That Abraham Lincoln was queer. Sure, he was married to a woman eventually, but he had two male partners before that. The first was Billy Green, a man that Lincoln met before he got into politics. Lincoln and Green shared a bed every night for 18 months. Now, the bed itself was smaller than a twin size, so the only way it could have worked is if they were spooning. And you could say that it's just two friends sharing a bed for 18 months, but how about this quote from Green, where he says that Lincoln's thighs are the most perfect any human could be. His thighs.
Oh, well, I once spooned with my best mate when I was drunk. Guess I'm a gay man now. And there was another situation just like this, ladies and gentlemen, where she received a mass amount of backlash for. She posted a TikTok claiming that Kurt Cobain from the band Nirvana was apparently trans. I mean, he's dead now. Once again, she's assuming the gender and sexuality of dead people. They're not even here to talk about it themselves.
I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans. Here's why. First off, Kurt wore a lot of women's clothing. And when asked about this, they replied that they wore dresses all the time because they felt comfortable and free.
So because a bloke wore a dress, that means he's probably trans. Oh my god, is that John Cena wearing a skirt and some high heels? He's definitely trans. But let's just speculate real quick. I do feel like it's not very fair to create these assumptions or create these narratives when the person is no longer alive. But the reason why Kurt Cobain and other members of the band would wear dresses was to break gender norms. You know, to break the ideas and opinions of how men or women should act. Plenty of rock bands doing that back in the day. I mean, several people wore dresses. It doesn't mean they're trans.
And in an interview about their childhood, Kurt said that they mostly hung out around girls and that at one point they thought they might be gay. Many trans people who don't have the vocabulary yet to express their gender identity will describe what they're feeling as being gay. That's exactly what I did in middle school.
Okay, a lot of things to break down here. Kurt Cobain hanged out with women more, and he might have thought that he was gay. Well, it doesn't mean he's fucking trans, does it? And just because you thought like that when you were younger doesn't mean that every man who thinks he's gay might be secretly trans. But not just that as well, it's just more hypocrisy. You were getting upset because people were referring to you as a sir, claiming that people should use gender-neutral language from now on. And you are assuming people's sexuality and whether they were trans or not. People, that's dead. I tell you what, Lilly Tino, I think I need to have a chat with your manager.
Also quoted as saying that they identify more with the feminine than with the masculine. This is clear proof that Kurt did not identify with the gender they were assigned at birth.
I mean, yeah, as far as proof goes, that's pretty concrete, you know? That's concrete evidence right there. Bloke wore a dress, hangs out with women, thinks he's gay. I'm sorry, Lilly Tino, but under no jurisdiction are you entitled to assume someone's sexuality, or gender, we should say, when you yourself are having meltdowns about getting called a bloke. Rage bait is what you call that, ladies and gentlemen. I believe so. We don't know for sure, but seems like rage bait. It's just such a strange thing to post. Like, you just wouldn't do that. Like, it's just weird. And have a look at that. Apparently trans women can get pregnant now.
Trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think. In the past 10 years, 50 babies have been born from a uterus transplant. How this works is a person with a damaged or missing uterus gets a new uterus. Then they get pregnant, then they give birth to a child via C-section. The implanted uterus is then removed so that the person doesn't need to be on anti-rejection meds for the rest of their life. So far, these implants have only been attempted on cis women, but there's nothing that says it couldn't work on a trans woman. After all, my hormone levels are pretty similar to a cisgender woman. So why not?
It's giving mansplaining and it's giving misogyny. It's just something you have to really let go of, because from the women that inspire me, like my mum, my sister, my friends, they don't act like that. No woman I know acts like that. Trans woman stood there with a baby bump saying trans women can nearly get pregnant. Of course, that is gonna go viral.
Like, it just seems so fucking arrogant, doesn't it? She obviously knew this was gonna rub people the wrong way. Like, just so carelessly standing there as a trans woman with a fake baby bump and talking so lightly about it. I feel like it wouldn't be as simple as the way she's claiming it to be anyway. I feel like it would be very risky. It would put your life in danger, your child's life in danger. A lot of people are calling her arrogant. And a few people in the comments are being like, yeah, this is just never going to happen. The definition of you wish. Oh, gonna tell her. So it seems like a very controversial response to a very controversial video, I feel. I ain't got too much to comment on that side of things. But however, I do have some things to comment about her being in Disneyland. So let me break it down for you. She's basically in Disneyland, sat with her mum across the table from her. And there's literally kids around and she's just talking about it. As if it's totally fine to be talking about a genitalial surgery in the middle of Disneyland Park.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel, so you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable. So I talked to my surgeon and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete. This is obviously disappointing because I was really excited to have a marshmallow tunnel sooner. That being said, it is still happening. Hair removal is a fickle thing and it's really hard to predict when it will finish. But my hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed.
Well, she just took a big bite out of her metaphorical penis there. I mean, yeah. You know, why not have a little conversation about this in the middle of Disneyland? Like, is there a reason why you just, you know, couldn't wait till you got home? You know, was it really necessary? They had to do it right there and then, you know? Was it a gun pointed to your head or something? Because it seems like this conversation could wait. As far as conversations that can wait go, this is the biggest of them all. This conversation could have waited. She obviously knew that this was going to cause some drama. It's not the first time she's done that in public either. She sat in a park and spoke about it once, which obviously isn't as bad as being in a children's theme park. As a trans woman myself, you are unbelievably insufferable. Hey, I love how Lilly Tino's also doing this in front of her mom as well. You know, because again, it's something a mom needs to know. Let me just call my mum real quick and just tell her my penis grew a couple of inches today. Like, okay, fine, you want to share your story with the internet? That's totally fine, that's totally cool, but really? Disneyland? But look, ladies and gentlemen, there are several more things to cover. I really thought I could get through it all in this one video which, to be honest, it was very optimistic. So if you want to see a part 2, just let me know in the comment section. If the video gets to say, like, we'll just say 2,000 likes, I'll make another one. Yeah, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to check out my other videos. If you enjoyed this one, I'm sure you'll enjoy these ones. We have a good laugh in these ones, so yeah, check them out. Subscribe to the channel, baby.